Time you get 6? Okay.
Close enough to go.
Well, I got 6 o'clock. Okay, we are now in session. Okay, starting things out. Citizens' remarks and complaints, comments, etc. 5 minutes each.
Okay, Chris Brathwaite.
The reason I'm here, I was asking if we could, maybe have a fireworks ordinance or revise the one that's already in place due to the fact that they start fireworks probably the middle of June and go on several days after July 4th. Basically disturbing the peace, getting in, the stuff gets in people's yards and on their roofs and scares my dog. I just wondered if we could do something about that.
We'll pull an ordinance and
Well, one time a year is good enough for fireworks as far as I'm concerned, but we generally have the fireworks during Home Fest.
That's no problem, no, it's
And,
no problem with that.
Generally the 4th of July, it's a traditional fireworks thing. So, I guess we'll have to just look into it and see what we,
We might have to rewrite one to cover the certain dates.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with
other
those
than
dates at all.
it's all the other
It's
days.
just,
in-
yeah,
It's,
I was
yeah,
telling
some people-
Susie, I have a convertible, and if my husband doesn't put it in the garage, I don't, because my hot water tank, my gas furnace are in the middle, and I'm afraid I'll knock them over or something. I'm afraid, I've gone out and I've picked up the fireworks that had laid around my car, and we just had to have a new roof put on this summer. And when the guys went out, my porch roof has grooves in it, and they were pulling those things out by the handfuls and throwing them down to me.
what, firecracker remnants?
Yeah, I guess the bottle rocket things and that, yeah.
And that comes from the fireworks?
Oh, no, not, like I said, I have no problem with that. It's the individual people that set them off
Between times.
a
Right,
week
and-
before and a week after and in between times.
I think
That's the problem.
maybe what we might need to do is do like Home Fest, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July. Them days you allow the fireworks,
Not
Other
Labor Day,
than that,
Memorial Day.
none. Well, it's not, Memorial Day, things that are like a special, because a
I
lot
think
of
the
places.
4th of July and Home Fest is
Well,
enough.
that's what I'm saying, I mean.
We'll look into it.
And then that way-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right now, everybody's just doing it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever they want, boom, 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 no, there should be an ordinance saying, no, this is the only time you can do it in this town,
Mhm.
okay? Is I think is what she's asking.
Right, yeah.
And
And
I
then that
don't know
way
if
we
there's
can
an
be
old one
prepared.
like that or not.
Yeah, big special.
See,
Right,
years
yeah.
ago, they used to do it with Veterans Day too. They would put off a nice little thing, but I don't know about around here, okay? So that was one of the things that they did celebrate, so.
Well,
the 4th of
we
July.
generally always have a parade or something, but
Yeah.
we've never done
No,
fireworks.
no, that's what I said, I'm not around here, it depends on where you're at, I mean, I've been different places, they've had fireworks from different places, but I understand what she's trying to say. We need to look into just making an ordinance for fireworks to be set off in the town of
Right,
Piedmont
Yeah.
on Home Fest and 4th of July, and no other time where there's disturbing the peace.
Well, I'm not familiar wholeheartedly with what our ordinance says, but
Me neither.
I think that right now, it's only in the 4th of July and
Right.
and
well,
the
that's-
time that we have for the guys that are professional,
On Home
Right,
Fest,
yeah.
right,
what do you call those guys?
Fire
Pyrotechs.
yeah, on Home Fest, yeah,
Yeah, and that's in the ordinance because we wrote that up 3 years ago.
okay.
And the 4th of July, as far as I know, them's the only two that's on
And
the
then any
ordinance.
other time, it's illegal to set them off,
Mhm.
so we need to, get
It
something out
might
of
just
it.
be a fact of just enforcing the,
Right, enforcing the law, or the fines, or whatever, so.
Well, the big thing is that it's gonna happen, it's the matter of catching them.
Right.
And you know, these guys can't be everywhere, every time, you know, and there's gonna be violators in every circle, so
We just.
we can do the best we can,
That's all I ask, yeah, I would appreciate that.
you guys,
Well, the way we are around here, I don't think people will try to cause too much issues with us.
well, that's, we need to try to, you know, enforce some of these things, so if it happens,
I think we need to maybe put it out as an advertisement
They're
or
publicized,
vehicle
it will be.
if it's necessary, or posters up throughout town.
And you find this
I can put it in the newsletter.
Well, I was trying to think of cheapest
Usually,
way
yeah,
we
like
could do that.
probably a week
Would it be-
before, maybe a
okay,
week
all right, I
after.
didn't know.
And up on the hill, it gets really
Put it
fast.
on
really
the
fast.
website.
Yeah, the website too, yeah. Yep,
all right, we'll try to do the best we can.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
very
coming in.
much.
We
yep.
appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Be careful.
Okay, bye-bye.
Minutes from the previous meeting, approvals and corrections.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from last meeting.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any corrections that anyone's seen? Okay, motion carried, accept the minutes. Okay, correspondence, we got a good bit. You wanna keep your correspondence until, your officers' reports, or do you wanna do them now?
I take till our reports.
Hmm?
I take till our reports.
Okay, well, I've got some here to, Region 8 Planning and Development Council's gonna be meeting, Thursday, January 17th at 12:30 p.m. They haven't had a meeting in a couple of months, so that's gonna be a pretty long meeting. Anyone that wants to come to it's more than welcome to do so.
Where's that at?
It's in Petersburg at the Region 8 office.
The 12th?
No, it's the 17th.
Oh, 17th, the 6th.
And there's a development council meeting here that's got the agenda in it. Everybody wants to look at it, and there's also a self-addressed envelope here to send anyone's name in so they're prepared for extra visitors. So you do have to make arrangements with them. Okay, the other thing is that the state auditor's office is once again will be conducting regular training workshops for municipal officials. This is basically going through the audit and how you prepare your budget and this and that. This also requires RSVP, and there's a letter here about anyone. It says that I would encourage all municipal officials, including mayors, recorders, clerks, and council members to attend one of these workshops. And it has a list here: Martinsburg, January 30th, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Holiday Inn in Martinsburg. Clarksburg, February 4th, and that's at the auditor's office in Clarksburg. Wheeling, at 6 to 8 p.m. South Charleston Municipal, that's at the Holiday Inn Suites in South Charleston. Beckley, February 20th, 6 to 8:30, Holiday Inn in Beckley. And Bridgeport at the Best Western, and that's from 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon until 4 p.m.
Is that like the one we went to last year?
Yeah.
What date's that one?
I try to go to all these. Which one?
The Bridgeport one.
The Bridgeport one is February 26th.
What was that, Martinsburg?
No, Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
Yeah, I know, what was the Martinsburg?
Martinsburg was January 30th at 6 to 8:30 p.m. and it's at the Holiday Inn in Martinsburg, 301 Foxcraft Avenue, I'll leave all this here if anyone wants to look over it or wants to come, and it's covered in the 2019 budget preparation. This is basically a double copy of that. Okay, we'll save that for Susie. Next thing is, this is on down the line. So we'll take care of that later on. Okay, let's go to the officers' reports. Paul, you got anything?
We got a letter from the, West Virginia Development Council,
Development Council.
yeah, about the pool in the park where they come up and do field check on them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple things that need done at the pool, and a sign that needs done, and they're, supposed to get back with me tomorrow about what needs to be put on the sign. And I'll get the dimensions. They want ramps put at the pool and a safety thing in the ladies' bathroom, and the urinal changed in the men's bathroom. Just some simple things that need done before we can open the pool. But they're gonna get back with me with all the dimensions and what needs to be on the sign down there. So when I get done with that, when I get back with them at the next meeting, I'll be able to tell you
So,
specifically what all needs done.
so it's just minor things, or?
Yes, like the ladies' bathroom, we have 2 stalls. They said we actually only need 1 with a wheelchair accessible
Handicap
safety.
accessible.
Yeah,
Okay.
and ramps on each sections of the pool. And the urinal in the men's room has to be moved for some reason. And the handles on the sink have to be levers and not turn handles. So that
Well,
needs
it
done.
might require a new fixture, depends. So, okay,
Other than that, and on the election side, election time's coming up this year, and since I'm in charge of elections, I've been working with Lauren Ella Fritz, and I called the Secretary of State's office. The opening, the time you can apply for council should be January 14th, Monday the 14th, up until midnight, January 26th. That's just a 2-week window. It's always the 14th till the last Saturday of the month, but with the last Saturday being the 26th, that only gives it a 2-week window. So we'll be open for a mayor and 3 council. And you have to come to the office to get your credential sheets and get your 25 signatures. I'll find out more. They're gonna send me their sheet tomorrow with all the official countdown of the dates.
but anyone interested in that can start immediately, right?
Monday, they gotta wait till Monday the 14th to get their sheets.
Okay,
That's the opening of camp, getting your signatures, and you gotta have it done by the 26th.
okay. What else?
That's it.
Okay, see,
I don't have too much to report. We had a citizen we gave a citizen a citation for an ordinance, and they took it to higher courts. Didn't work out in our favor, but, we're working on a few things to further that, so we'll see how that goes.
is that all you got?
So that's pretty much all I got.
Rick,
No, I don't have anything this, Ernie's in the truck. Yeah,
did Ernie take off?
yep, I believe him and Rick's together.
Yeah, they're salty.
Miss Dawn?
Not much, except for they've got a contractor coming in to calibrate the equipment up there at the water plant. Other than that, not much more.
And that's under our maintenance agreement, right?
That's what Ernie said, yeah.
Well, on the water thing, we're moving forward with phase 3 of the water project. We're working with Dunn naturally, and we're right now in the process of setting up a meeting with Western Port. I just got that information earlier today, and the Western Port brought it before their council on Monday, and agreed to table the issue and sit down and talk about it, so, those results will be reported as soon as we find out anything. So, that's where we're at there. Okay, police reports.
Let's see, Officer Perry leaves Sunday for the academy, so we can say bye to him for a little while. We did get another e-citation printer from the state for free, which is good because it's a $700 value.
That was for, being able to electronically do the tickets.
Correct, yeah. We had 2, now we have 3. So,
Okay,
What?
the e-citation printer, we have another one of those. It was given to us from the state for free, so we didn't have to pay anything for it. Other than that, I ended up turning in some paperwork to fill for my 2 degrees that I just received. And I started Monday on my bachelor's, so as soon as I get it done, it'll be turned in as well.
Just bragging at this point.
So, yes. It was hard work.
well, you got a long way to go to catch up, big boy. You got more life to live than him, so look at that. Hopefully.
Other than that, everything's going good.
The vehicles are working out fine.
Yes, everything's going good.
Okay. Moving on along, the unfinished business is the hazard mitigation resolution, which we talked about last time, but it wasn't on the agendas for us to basically vote on. And the hazardous resolution thing is here. Whereas natural technology and man-made hazards can affect the city of Piedmont. And whereas significant structural, historical, and economic losses could result from an occurrence of a natural or technological or man-made hazard events. And whereas undertaking mitigation projects during pre-disaster periods could decrease the total losses in Piedmont if it occurs as a result of the said hazardous occurrences. And whereas the City of Piedmont Council has a strong interest in reducing losses from future hazardous occurrences. Whereas the hazardous mitigation plan and the federal and state requirement to maintain eligibility to hazard mitigation fundings and by the requirements must be updated at a minimum of every 5 years. And this is our not quite 5 years, July will be 5 years with our hazardous mitigation plan. Whereas a cooperative joint effort is a proven, efficient way to plan and reduce hazardous susceptibility in all government jurisdictions in Mineral County, West Virginia. Therefore, the City of Piedmont has partnered with the Region 8 Planning and Development Council to update the existing Region 8 multi-jurisdiction hazardous mitigation plan from 2018 in an effect to further identify, define, and characterize the hazards affecting the city, as well as continuing identifying, prioritizing projects that could lessen hazardous vulnerability. Now be it resolved that the Piedmont City Council does hereby adopt the updated Region 8 multi-jurisdiction hazardous mitigation plan, and then it has the day and the year of 2020, and it needs to be signed and witnessed and sent back to Region 8. So I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the hazardous mitigation plan. As I read it, it does go a little bit longer than this. Throughout Region 8, as far as insurances and things like that, there's a couple of clauses in there that allows the municipality to do a little better on insurance rates and stuff like that when they have the hazardous mitigation plan. So other than that, this is what it is.
I'll make a motion that we adopt the updated Region 8 multi-jurisdiction hazard mitigation resolution.
No.
Not second.
Okay, I got a second. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, I will sign the mitigation plan and a witness. We have 5 copies of this same thing. And there's also another part of it here, which I mentioned before about the FEMA insurance ready for adoption. And just please include this on your next agenda. So that's basically what it is in the 5 copies. So we'll take care of that here in a minute. Okay, the next thing on our agenda is we have 2 things on here that's pretty much the same thing. Is this, if you look on your agenda, it says bond business, and it says the selection of phase 3 accountants, local accountants and PSC legal and bond counsels. That's all 3 gonna fall under this bond business. I don't think everybody understood what I wanted to do there, but anyhow, we have basically 3 people that has accepted or their opportunity to bid on these phase 3 water projects. First off, there's only one accountant, which is Griffin Associates. We have 2 people on the local legal, which is John Athey and Nelson Michaels. And then the PSC legal, we have Steptoe and Johnson, and we have Nelson Michaels again. Now this is on the bond council, they're pretty much the only game in town is Steptoe and Johnson again. So here's their all 3 of these sent in their standard professional services guide here that you can read through anytime you want to. And basically they all say the same thing. In response to the request for a proposal for accounting, consulting, and legal services for the City of Piedmont water system improvement projects, we herewith respond. As you may know, the undersigned is a former technical staff member. Now this is for the accountants, and they all pretty much read the same thing. And staff member of the Public Service Commission, and now represents the utilities and consults in cases before the commission. We would like to confirm our understanding of the terms and obligations of our engagement and the nature of the limitations of the services we will provide. This engagement letter will outline the services that Griffin Associates, this is from them, but like I said, they're all pretty much the same. PLLC provides the fees for such services. So basically, when we get a grant or something, their services are paid through their legal things through Region 8. So here's what we really need to do. Like I said, and to recap this, the accountant, we have 1, Griffin Associates. Local and legal, we have John Athey and Nelson Michaels. The PSC legal, we have Steptoe and Johnson and Nelson Michaels. Now, the bond counsel, we have Steptoe and Johnson. So we have 2 decisions to make on the legal and the PSC. So I'll leave that to everyone. I'll pass this around for everyone to take a look.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, on the local legal and the PSC legal, is that considered, like, if we got Nelson Michael, he would still be getting paid for 2 separate jobs?
Yes, he would.
Okay, and same with Steptoe on those 2.
Yes.
It wouldn't matter if they combined it, it's still 2 different separate pays?
Yeah, from what I understand, yes.
Okay,
They're paid for
each different thing.
for each different function that they provide. You know, like the PSC, they have to file certain things with the Public Service Commission. And legal can cover a lot of stuff. It can cover some of the bond issues, easements to go through the process of the project. Several things such as we had to do before with the sewage project. We had to get easements and all of that, and the local legal works out better for that. So, and we also have one here from the Water Reserve Bond, but it's still Steptoe and Johnson. But as you all know, John Stump is the representative for us, him and Todd Thompson, I'm sorry. And here's letters from them on both accounts, which Todd Swanson is basically dealing with the PSC. And John Stump is basically dealing with the reserve bonds and so on. And I'll pass these around. I want you all to take a look at them. It basically says the same thing see, they're both Steptoe and Johnson, but one of them, Todd will handle one and John will handle the other. So yes, Steptoe and Johnson will get paid in two different instances, but there's two different men working on those issues.
So where does the other Nelson come in on the PSC legal?
Well, he'd be the local, him or John Athey. Is it John Athey?
Well, yeah, it says local, but also you have done, oh, okay, PSC local. Okay. Okay, I got you.
And again, this is all for the legal pursuit of phase 3. These guys are not under contract as of anything. It's just that we have to select those before we can have a project.
See, rates for all except for Steptoe and Johnson for the PSC legal.
Huh?
I've seen rates for them all except for Steptoe and Johnson for the PSC legal. If you can ask for there and see that.
Well, I think that it's until they know what kind of a project we have. Again, this is not,
I think it was 200 an hour. And then the hour goes 150.
and what's 80?
80 was 200. But I didn't see anything for Steptoe for the PSC.
Well, see, the PSC, that's covered under the grant or loan or however you do the contract.
It's over there, I think, isn't it?
Well, there's really only, like I said, two decisions there, because on three parts of that, they're the only game in town.
Yeah.
They're the only one that applied for the job.
Mhm.
So, with that said, for,
Just like if for local, we want John Aid or Nelson Michael. For PSC, we want Step Tower Nelson. Justin Nelson's familiar with that kind of work, or what put him for it.
yeah, he done our
Probably
last,
better keep our local people.
well, I would say so, but that's everyone's decision, not mine. Well, when everybody gets done, we'll take a vote. I do think that Stiptoe and Johnson is a good attorney firm, so it's okay. What I'm gonna ask everybody here is, you know, we only, like I said, we only got one firm for accountant and one firm for bond counsel. So in every place here, there's a block. If you vote for one of them, just put a mark in the block. The two, like I said, they're the only game in town, so. Okay, so it looks like the legal will be Nelson Michaels. PSC legal will be Nelson Michaels. It's Griffin Associates as accountant. And the bond counsel is Stiptoe and Johnson. So, alright, I guess we're gonna need a motion to accept these people.
I'll make a motion that we accept Griffith Associates for our accountant, Nelson Michael as our local legal, Nelson Michael as our PSC legal, and Steptoe and Johnson as our bond counsel for our water phase 3 water project.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any discussion? Okay, we'll accept the motion as stated. And we'll sign all these papers and get them in. Now, it's, I got a lot of papers here to keep up with. Okay, the next thing on the agenda, which we jumped over here a little bit, is the joint training facility. You wanna read that, Paul? Eyeballs are going fast here.
The Joint Training Facility is a local veteran-owned business specializing in mobile family entertainment activities for all ages and ability levels. We have been developing our brick and mortar location, but in the meantime deployed a fully functioning activity center that we can bring to your location. Our activities include archery tag, bubble soccer, laser tag, snook ball, extreme dodgeball, ping pong, battle pong, basic archery skills class, and more. Additionally, we offer team building services for your workforce to allow employees to the opportunity to get active and reinforce lessons of communication and teamwork. Our activities can be set up both indoors and outdoors. Our activities promote health, fitness, and well-being to both children and adults while not leaving anyone out on the sideline. We can work with you on structuring a price point that can fit into your budget for your local events. Our services will include setup, employees to supervise and monitor play, and tear down. The JTF has taken part in many events in the local community to include NHS After Prom, Coney Days, Grantsville Days, National Night Out, and many more. We are fully able to fit into your space. Please see our Facebook page at JTF1 for videos and pictures of our events, as well as a sample on the second page of this letter. Further explanation of our activities is on our website at www.jtf1.com. Thank you for taking the time to consider a local business for your local events. We hope to offer you new options for fun activities appropriate for all age groups. For more information, please see our website or contact us. Sincerely, Rhonda Johnson. Is that something we could do for all events? I was thinking.
Well, do you need to take that and get the contact information off of it?
Really fun.
Yes.
Okay. Next thing, cell phones. You got some comments, Phil?
I'll
We need
do
to,
that first.
she has it.
Susie got it.
They were looking over the cell phone bills, and on an average, the monthly bill is around $325. That's for 4 phones,
Yeah.
for 4 phones. Now, if we're not still under contract, we can go with prepaid through US Cellular, save a little bit of money there. I'm sure that
Pay you go.
pay as you go. For $55 a month, you can get unlimited talk, text, no overage charges for, I would assume that would be Tim that would need that.
Oh my God.
Um,
$45 a month is what I've had.
There's one for $40 a month that has 3 gigabyte high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. There's also one for $30 a month. We need to look in there and see if all 4 actually need the phones, or do they need all the bells and whistles on them? You know, I would assume Tim probably does.
Well, most of the time they're around Wi-Fi anyway.
Yeah.
So the gigabytes doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They're not gonna use that many away from the office or anything.
yeah, but I mean,
I would go with,
if we went with the
There you
$40 a month one, I mean, that's you're saving $200.
mm-hmm.
If we're not still under contract with any of them, because we got expensive to.
Well, that is an issue if you're still under contract, so, I think we need to visit this situation pretty good, and, you know, even track phones or something would prepaid phones would be,
Yeah, cause if the phones are already paid for, they can still use those phones and keep the same phone numbers, right? You did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, that's a lot of money.
So, I guess what we need is a motion to say update the cell phones or find a cheaper rate, or how you gonna,
I would probably table it for the next meeting and then give us time to see if we're still under contract. If we go on any of the phones, see if they all, if, you know, even if you want the $40 one, like the ones that are, Tim's around Wi-Fi up there, so you
Yeah.
really wouldn't have to pay the $55 one.
and really, they didn't need a Wi-Fi, they've got the computers. I mean, when
Well, but
they're out
he-
away from,
Would he need his to check the levels?
yes.
He wouldn't,
Uh,
still, even if you went with the $40 one.
either they're going even the higher one up for him,
Mhm.
and the rest of them
Yeah.
leave it $30 one
So
or
it's
$40 one.
Tim, Rick, T.I., and Eric. I don't see where they would need, those three would really need a lot of internet
All they need is to be able, well,
to call him.
actually, Ernie
Eric maybe.
needs to, huh?
Eric probably.
Well, yeah, Eric, it depends on, Eric's going this sometime here in the next 3 months to retake his, Class 2 plant operator's license. Then he might need it. For now, though, he's got to be accompanied by Ernie to basically do the, some of the water plant operation. I mean, he can be a water plant attendant, but he can't be an operator.
I would, 2 weeks would give us time to look into it and get all the, everything in mind.
Okay, well, can you see that gets, the cell phones gets back on the next agenda?
Yep.
Okay, the next thing we got is a cross-connection backflow control ordinance. And here it is here. It's written out in 2 different ways. The document is here, but it's basically to protect the public potable water supply served by the city of Piedmont Water Works from the possibility of contamination or pollution by isolating within its customers' initial distribution system such contaminants or pollutants which could backflow or back siphon into the public water system. This is something that we really need to get under. We actually have this underway, but we need to reinforce it with the backflow ordinances. I don't think we have an ordinance, but we do have this cross-flow elimination thing. But to promote the elimination or control of existing cross-flow connections, actual or potential between its customers' plants' potable water systems, to provide for the maintenance of the continuing program of the cross-connection control, which will effectively prevent the contamination or pollution of all potable water systems by cross-connection. In other words, such as we had the incident there a couple of weeks ago about a connection that was kind of unlawful and illegal, and that would be covered under this Federal Safe Drinking Water Act of 1974, the Code of West Virginia, Chapter 6, Article 1 of the Public Health Laws. West Virginia Bureau of Public Health, Chapter 1, Article 5B, the water purveyor has the primary responsibility for preventing water from unapproved sources or any other substances from entering the public water, potable water system responsible. The water purveyor shall be responsible for the protection of the public potable water distribution system from contamination or pollution due to the backflow or back siphon contaminants of the waters. And it basically goes on and on that this is the approved backflow devices is required at the water service connection, which we do have backflow protection at the plant. Any customer's premises or the water or has delegated agent shall give notice in writing to said customer to install an approved backflow prevention device at each service connection to his premises. The customer shall, within 90 days, install such approved device or devices at his own expense, and failure or refusal or inability on the part of the customer to install said devices or devices within 90 days shall constitute a ground for disconnecting water services to the premises until such devices or devices have been properly installed. This comes through the Public Water Commission, you know, and here we have
Does that
basically,
mean that everyone would have to install them?
what was that?
Does that mean everybody would have to install them?
No, only the ones that are in a line where it can re-siphon and basically get in the system. Ernie was working on this and drawed this all up. He's gone. He was supposed to be here and explain all of this. But it's all something that I'm not 100% familiar with, to be totally honest with you. And what I would tell you would be a bunch of BS. So I might as well just not say too much of anything, but I think again too, we ought to just kind of table this until next meeting when Ernie's here and can explain it a little better, or allow me time to basically go through it and learn a little bit more about it. You know, we put this out only the first part of this week, and as you know, we were going for a day and a half, and I never had the time to look it over, and I really don't know a lot about it. That's the bottom line. So, Phil, if you don't mind, we put the cross connection back on the agenda for next week, and if Ernie's not here, I will definitely know more about it then. The only thing I know right now is what I'm reading here, and it's a little bit vague to me. Ernie said he would be here and explain it, but since with the weather outside, he's out doing what he should be doing. So, with that said, just put it back on the agenda and we'll handle that next session. Okay, that about covers all of our agenda, except the this one thing that it's a wood chipper that Region 8 has for the use of everyone that's within Region 8 if we need to use it, but it seems like every time we wanted to use it, someone else had it or it was broke down. So we do have to probably put this is not on the agenda, I'm just bringing it to light that in order for us to use this chipper, we have to send in an annual renewal of the memo of understanding that we have to have a trained person on this, and they have to spend like a half hour at Region 8 going over this thing so they know how to operate. But that's about all it is to it, but we probably need to put that on the agenda for next time too, Miss Phil.
Which one? Mom
Chipper
does?
use agreement.
Oh, the chipper thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
the wood chipper.
The wood chipper.
Woodchuck wood chipper.
Woodchuck wood chipper.
Chipper too.
Okay, that's about all we have on the agenda. Next meeting, January 23rd, 2019, 6 p.m.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I did that, you seconded.
Oh, second it. I didn't hear you say it, I was listening to him.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll adjourn. Who wants to be the witness on this,
So, Steve, I didn't hear you.
have this whole, this